Hi, I'm Christy Rost. I adore hosting dinner parties, the anticipation, planning the menus, table settings, and spoiling my guests. Today, I'm hosting an al fresco dinner party, and you're invited. Wait until you see the surprises I have in store for you. Welcome to At Home with Christy Rost. I'm going to start with a French chicken roulade, and that is a chicken breast that's stuffed with all kinds of yummy things. And then we'll put that in the oven. So I have a beautiful chicken breast here. Put the shiny side down. I pounded it first until it's fairly thin. So it's about 3/8 inch, maybe a 1/2 inch in width. Going to season it first. And a little salt. There we go. Then I'm going to start with some fresh spinach, baby spinach, but whatever you have available in your store, you can use that. If it's the large spinach, then chop it a little bit so they're not quite such big pieces. And I just put this right along this chicken breast, like that. Then I have some very finely chopped mushrooms. You don't have to cook them first. They'll cook when they're in the oven. There we go. And you don't want to overstuff, because as you roll it up, if you overstuff, it all squishes out the sides. So, and I have crema casa cheese from Car Valley. This cheese is absolutely ideal for this recipe. It's smooth, but it's got lots of flavor, a nice little punch in there. Just putting, whoopsie, let's move this way. I kind of like it this way because that's the way I'm gonna be rolling. There we go. So put 4 or 5 pieces in here, and then start on the thicker edge, and you have your thinner point. Start on the thicker part of your chicken and roll like this. Just roll. And if things punch out the sides, just put them back in. And the nice thing about this recipe, you could do this ahead of time. You don't have to wait until right before guests arrive. Do this in the morning. And then I take a long toothpick, long pick here, and I go down into that last little part of the seam and across to hold this together. And again, I want to get into that little piece there at the end. That's going to be the tail end there, and then across. Okay, and I will do one more for you. And it holds together pretty well that way. Here's one more. So I have my point area there, see that? And then I have my wider area. So I'm going to keep that near me, the wider area, the point down there. Put it shiny side down again. More fresh spinach. And if it has real long stems, just peel them off. Break them right off. And a nice layer of this. This is going to give color, flavor. I always think that how food looks is so very important. That's why when I do a dish like this, when I think about what I want to put in, I want color. I don't want to just have the chicken and some cheese, or chicken and just cheese and mushroom. I want color, and that's why I use the baby spinach. There we go. Then we have more of our crema casa cheese from Car Valley that we're going to just put across this way. I have preheated a skillet here too, by the way, and put a little bit of olive oil in it. And we already seared a couple of these chicken breasts to get them going. And again, it's, maybe a 1/2 inch thick at the most, because if you make it too thick, it's just too hard to roll the chicken. So let's do this and slowly roll and kind of hold your cheese down so it doesn't just fly out. Go again. And there. So here's that little pointed edge. I take a pick and I'm going to go down into it and across and down into it and across. So that's the seam side there, okay? So I have my pan and it's a little bit, just a little bit of oil in there, plus since I already did some of these, you'll see there's some browning in here too, which is awfully nice. And I think I'll give this just a little bit of salt on this side again. And I'm going to put it, oh, there we go. Put that down. Now, because these are going to be in the oven, I don't need to cook it all the way around. But I do like to have a little bit of browning on top for presentation purposes. So I'm only going to sear it for a few minutes on the one side. And as soon as it's nice and brown, I'm going to take it out and put it into this beautiful Viking roasting pan, and then it will go in the oven. So we're going to take a quick break while I let these sear, and we'll come right back. So I have seared what will be the top of each chicken roulade, and you see it's nice and golden brown there. That's what you want. Then I'm going to place it in this beautiful Viking roasting pan, seam side down, okay? I don't have to sear the other side. Oh, look how pretty. Woo, nice. Then these will roast in the oven for 35 to 45 minutes at 350, okay? I'm gonna set it aside for the moment because you could do this part ahead and then just pop it in the oven right before your guests arrive. But I'm going to make a wine reduction sauce because I have all these beautiful drippings in the pan. So I'm going to put in some shallots, about 2 medium-sized shallots, and some garlic, chopped garlic, 1 to 2 cloves, and you want everything minced, okay? So very finely chopped. And I just stir this a little bit. The fragrance, just hits my nose. It's so beautiful. And just saute this for a very few moments. Then I'm going to deglaze the pan. I'm going to use some white wine and an equal part of chicken stock or chicken broth. And I'll just stir this to pick up all those brown bits that are on the bottom of the pan. And this is one of those Viking hybrid skillets. So pretty. Okay, then I bring it to a boil and let it reduce by half. So by boiling, you're going to cause evaporation. As it evaporates, it concentrates the flavors that are in the pan. That's why I'm not adding salt and pepper right now. You're going to get an awfully salty sauce. So we'll just bring this to a boil, let that reduce, and when the chicken roulades are done, then I will take that sauce and just put a little on each plate. It'll be divine. So what's a dinner party without dessert? Not in my house. We're going to have a wonderful dessert coming up next. For this dinner party, I'm making a lemon tart with a chocolate coconut crust. Doesn't that sound divine? So I have a package of chocolate graham crackers here, and that will be about 13 crackers in a package. Put it through the food processor until it's very, very fine crumbs. Then I have 3 tablespoons of sugar, some coconut, about 3 tablespoons of coconut. And I mix these with my hands. You can use a spoon if you like, but I like the feel of the crumbs. It's also one thing fewer to wash. Okay, then I have some melted butter here. 7 tablespoons of melted butter. And I pour this in. Get out every last little bit. And stir. Want to get this all nice and moist. It's important to have enough butter in here because otherwise the crust will be too dry and it will just crumble. It won't hold together when you bake it in the oven, and it sure won't hold together when you have your tart. And you'll love that. This is a very quick recipe. It's quick and easy. So you can make it in a matter of minutes, and then when it goes in the fridge, it's ready to serve in a couple of hours. So easy to make on the day they're going to serve it. I just want to make sure this is totally moist here. There we go. Then I have a 10-inch tart pan, and it has a removable bottom, and that's pretty important when you want to get the tart out. So just pour all of this in like this, get every last bit. I've been making desserts since I was a kid. For me, it's the dessert that people really remember so often when it comes to a dinner party. And if you give them kind of a showstopper kind of dessert, especially if it didn't take you all day to make it, then I call that a grand success. And when people talk about one of my desserts weeks later, months later, and say, you know, when we were over at your house and you had this, whatever the dessert was at the time, you just know, I know that left a lasting impression on them. And that means that they had a really good time. And that's what having people over is about. I want to spoil them. I just really do. It's just how I am. It shows how much they mean to me. And this takes a few moments to get it right. And you'll notice that sometimes a little bit of the pan shows. That's because I'm trying to get it up the side. And then I come back to the center and just fill that in. So it's worth it to take the time to get it in here nice and solid so that when you take it out of the tart pan, it holds together. So I'm going to put this in the oven. It'll be 10 minutes at 325. So let's take a break. I'll put this in the oven.
Experience an immersive culinary adventure with Atlas Ocean Voyages. Led by seasoned experts, savor regional flavors and exclusive culinary moments. Discover captivating destinations and authentic traditions aboard elegant, all-inclusive yachts hosting fewer than 200 guests. Atlas Ocean Voyages, where every Epicurean adventure is a feast for the senses.
The filling for this tart is super simple. I have 5 egg yolks. Then I'm going to whisk in some sweetened condensed milk. Not evaporated milk, this is the sweetened condensed. I love desserts that are super impressive, but boy, when they're easy, tops in my book, tops in my book. There we go, I want to get every last little bit there. Okay, then I have about a teaspoon of lemon zest. And I have a 2/3 cup of freshly squeezed lemon juice. And just to make sure there are no seeds, because sometimes lemons have little bitty seeds, I'm just going to pour it through a really fine sieve. Like that, yeah. There we go. And I'll come back and finish with that, but I want to start the whisking so I don't have too much liquid going here that's different viscosities. So just whisk this. And my crust is out of the oven and it's nice and cool. You do need to make sure that the crust is completely cool. Otherwise, it will get soggy when you put the filling in. Okay, let's finish with the lemon juice. Again, this is 2/3 cup. Oh yeah, I see a couple little beady seeds in there. This is that cute Tavolo citrus set. And just make sure to get that through. Yep, there are those itsy bitsy seeds there. Okay, they would not be good in the filling. And just whisk this. It'll take a few moments. You want it to thicken up just a little bit. You see already? It doesn't take very long. Okay, and this is ready to pour into the crust. Look at that pretty color. It's real light, just pale yellow, so pretty. If you have eggs that have real deep yolks, that will change the color, and that's pretty too. And just spread that real gently into the crust. So the tart is ready for the oven. I've preheated it to 350 degrees, and I'm going to bake it for just 15 minutes. It doesn't take very long. Then I will cool it. Put it in the fridge then after it's cool. Be there for 3-4 hours. It'll be nice and solid. You can slice into it. It's going to be a gorgeous tart. And I just happened to have one because I knew you were coming, so I made an extra. I have a surprise for you. We're going outside. I have a beautiful table setting, and I can't wait to share it with you so that you are a true guest in my dinner party. Developed over 20 years ago through classic breeding at Washington State University's tree fruit program, the Cosmic Crisp apple is known for its perfectly balanced flavor, remarkable texture, juiciness, and striking color. These qualities make the Cosmic Crisp apple ideal for a versatile range of uses, from snacking and baking to cocktails, juicing, decor, and more. Available nationwide at grocery stores in all seasons, the Cosmic Crisp apple is now one of the nation's best-selling apples. Cosmic Crisp is hands down my favorite apple, and I'm honored to have Cosmic Crisp as a returning sponsor of At Home with Christy Rost. I promised you a surprise. Dinner parties should have several things: beautiful food, beautiful table setting, wine, and music. And today I have the music of the National Repertory Orchestra playing for us the string quartet in the beautiful mountain setting. And I will tell you, it's kind of getting to me. This is just an exquisite opportunity to showcase this national group. These are young musicians who compete very hard to be part of the National Repertory Orchestra in Breckenridge, Colorado each summer. And the extensive repertoire that they learn, that they play with all kinds of music, prepares them for wonderful professional and very successful careers in music. So today I made the French chicken roulade, which is beautifully carved so that it is so easy to serve. And as I told you earlier, you can make it ahead and just finish it off in the oven for your dinner party. We also have the lemon tart with the chocolate coconut crust, and I cannot wait to get into this. This too, you can make ahead. You know, I love recipes that you can make one day, serve it the next. We also have a beautiful charcuterie board, which is so essential when you are having folks in. These are all beautiful cheeses from Carr Valley Cheese in Wisconsin. So finally, wine. I have the San Simeon Grenache Rosé from Paso Robles. Subtle aromas of raspberry and strawberry, little bit of apricot. It's a beautiful salmon pink color, and it's refreshing and goes so well with my menu. And so today I thank you for coming to my dinner party. Thank you for joining me today on At Home with Christy Rost, where great food, beautiful wines, and hospitality are a tradition. I'm happy you could come. Please connect with me on my Instagram and Facebook pages. And you'll find my recipes on my website at christyrost.com. I'd also like to thank my sponsors, Atlas Ocean Voyages, Cosmic Crisp Apples, Viking Culinary Cookware, and Little Bear Honey. And thank you to our friends at San Simeon Winery, Bean Candle Company, Melissa's Produce, Tavolo, and a very special thanks to the National Repertory Orchestra's Alumni String Quartet. Cheers to them, congratulations to them. I'll see you next time. Oh, bravo! Bravo! I love the flourish at the end. Okay, I gotta tell you, I've been standing here and the little tears are coming. The fact that you're here, thank you so very much. The fact that you are in our property here for this show, it means the world to me. Thank you so very much.
It means the world to us.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And we have lunch for you. Oh my gosh. It's just, I mean, cheers to you truly. It's just fabulous.